Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 19. We're back finally, and it's time to chase our second World Series title of the series, as we are set to meet the Chicago Cubs. I know it's been a while since the last series. Thank you all for remaining patient as we now pick things up. After our series victory against the New York Yankees, we've yet to even lose a single game in this postseason after not really playing our best baseball down the stretch into the playoffs. It's a very similar path to last season, although we've been even more successful in the playoffs through the first couple of rounds. But now we meet the Chicago Cubs, and this is by far one of the toughest teams we'll have faced in this series. This is a lineup 1 through 9 that really doesn't give you a break, unless you're on the road and you face that pitcher spot. But 1 through 8 then, they have really good power and guys that can hit for contact at the same time. Where I think this team is lacking a little bit is at pitcher. I feel they can put up a lot of runs, but they may need to if their pitching isn't up for the challenge. We have two really stout lineups, but we may have the edge when it comes to pitching. And we will not have Mookie Betts for this series. If the World Series began 1 day later, he would be eligible to return. So no Mookie Betts, but we still have won every playoff game, even without one of our key players. And now, against the Chicago Cubs, do the Twins keep this dominance up as Maxwell Fowler meets Jake Arrieta, Game 1, 2021 World Series. We're getting underway right now, and here is the Twins lineup for Game 1. Byron Buxton, followed by Puig, Goldschmidt, Sano, Conforto. A lot of power in this lineup, and they have really had a lot of success already in the postseason with the long ball. So let's get into it. Arrieta facing Buxton and missing high with the slider. Almost found the outside corner. 2-2 lifted to right field. Jason Hayward underneath it, and the first out of the World Series is recorded. 2 outs. Here is a 2-strike count to Paul Goldschmidt, who goes down swinging. A great first inning for Jake Arrieta here at Wrigley. Here is the Cubs lineup for Game 1. They've made a lot of additions in this series. Anthony Rizzo went to the White Sox, but they've added Trevor Story, Justin Turner, Jose Abreu. Here is Jason Hayward to open things. He shatters the bat, and Sano charges for the first out. Maxwell Fowler, the ace this year after being our number 2 a season ago, and there is a line out from Javi Baez for the second out of the inning, followed by a grounder right into the shift behind second base, and Schwarber is retired. We'll make our way to the second inning. Miguel Sano hitting .231 so far in the postseason, and getting a pitch up, he hammers to right. Hayward's got to go back toward the track, but has enough room to make this catch. And that'll bring up Michael Conforto. And here's a sinker missing low. Arrieta having some issues finding the zone in this at-bat as he loses Conforto on 4 straight. That'll bring up Jorge Polanco, who's just been outstanding this postseason as our top average hitter. He's been really reliable, and he's gone up in the order as a result. 2 aboard for the Twins, trying to get the scoring going early, but Nick Gordon grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, and Arrieta gets out of the second. And we'll go bottom 2. Here is the Cubs MVP from this year, Trevor Story. .319 average, over 40 home runs. Cannot miss your spots against him. 1-2. Curveball at the knees, does not get the call. 2-2. Now Story chases the curve outside the zone. Big strikeout for Max. Of course, here being on the road, the pitchers will hit, starting with Jake Arrieta with 2 down in the third, and he'll wave at a sweeping curve from Fowler. 1-1. How about a sinker fouled away? 2 strikes now, and a line drive. This one getting down in right field, and Puig's going to chase it all the way into the corner. The first hit for Chicago is a double off their pitcher, who's coming off 3 shutout innings. So Arrieta trying to do it all for the Cubs here in Game 1, and then Fowler having some troubles here against Hayward. He does find the zone on the 3-0 fastball and gets in the chase, a low change. Payoff pitch is in the ground right at short. Polanco pulling Goldschmidt off the bag, and everyone's safe. An error charge to Polanco, and the Cubs now have a chance to strike first. Javier Baez, 0-2, grounded to Goldschmidt. And the Twins end the inning, no scoring through 3. We'll take it to the 4th as the teams get their second trip through their order, and Goldschmidt keeps it on the ground. Very routine play for Javi Baez. 2 down. That brings up Miguel Sano, and he's able to stay patient as Arrieta throws another walk. Pitch count up toward 50 now for Arrieta. Not in trouble there at all, as Conforto is jammed on the inside fastball, and that's how the top of the 4th ends. Really lackluster offense as these aces were both on their game. 2 strikes now to Schwarber, and just like in his first at-bat, behind the bag at second, the shift works. Analytics wins again. But here's Trevor Story up again, and the curveball right on the corner. Fowler has good control of that pitch and then misses low with the slider. 3-2 to Story. And it's at the knees for strike 3. It's the changeup of Fowler this time. He strikes out Story twice, and we head to the 5th. Arrieta still going strong, as this is another jammed fly into shallow left center. Pretty easy play there. And with 2 away, how about Justin O'Connor? He connects on this one. Fly ball right center on a reach for Hayward, who misses on the dive. O'Connor into second, a stand-up double, but 2 down with the pitcher batting. Something we're just not used to in these situations. Can Fowler come through? 0-2, waving at the sinker, and the Twins leave O'Connor at second base. Let's go bottom 5. Jose Abreu. He's a powerful hitter, and he slices one past Puig into the corner in right field. Abreu into second. It's a double for the Cubs. Now 2 batters later, Jake Arrieta has to bat. These opportunities coming down to the pitchers at the plate. Arrieta fouls off the heater. 2-2 from Fowler. Strike 3 on the changeup. The 5th inning here is like an advertisement for the universal designated hitter. What would you think about that, by the way? Still scoreless, pitcher's not clutch at the plate, but Arrieta, he can get it done on the mound. Striking out Byron Buxton. That slider away was a really good pitch for Arrieta. He kept it down and got us to chase a bunch. Here's Puig flying out into center. We're just not making enough good contacts. We had like that good swing from O'Connor, but that was an isolated good swing. Everything else has just been pretty routine. 3-2, fly to right. Hayward's underneath it. He waits, makes the catch. We go bottom 6. And I decide it's time to go to the bullpen. After 5 innings, Fowler only allowed 2 hits. So a base hit is what follows, of course, as we make the adjustments. Duffy gives it up. And now Baez. 1-1, nice curveball. He's got one of the best on the team. And the cutter upstairs on the 2-strike pitch. Awesome sequence for Tyler Duffy. Kyle Schwarber just trying to avoid grounding out behind second base. 1-1. Ahead of it, good cutter again on the corner. 2-2 from Duffy. Grounded, this time no shift, and Gordon hesitated and remembered we gotta get both out, and we do, just barely. We just had to make things a little more dramatic is all. So Fowler's out of the game. After 77 pitches, I felt like fatigue was going to catch up with him going against the top of their order, but Arrieta's still in the game. 2-2 against Sano. And he turns on this one, hammered out to left field. Goodbye! The Twins finally strike in this game, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. A solo shot from Miguel Sano, his 3rd of the postseason. 374 feet, it left quickly. Nice line drive swing, catching up to one. And Arrieta remains in the game as Jorge Polanco lines one into the gap. And trying to cut it off and failing. That was Schwarber. Good attempt. but Polanco gets his double. He's followed up by Nick Gordon. First pitch, fly ball, hit out to deep right field. Hayward's going back at the wall. He looks up and this one is gone. A 2-run homer for Nick Gordon. And the Twins put a crooked number on the board here in the 7th. Finally getting some success off Jake Arrieta. His day is done after that. 3 extra base hits in a row and the Twins are up 3-0. And Ty Gonzalez comes out of the bench as he does draw a walk. Trying to keep the fun going. Buxton, wow, 96-mile-per-hour fastball, a little bit better than Arrieta's. So the inning is over, and Sam Freeman comes out of the bullpen for Minnesota. Now, there's a lot of good righty bats here, so you got to be careful with when you bring in these lefty pitchers. But Freeman's one of our best, and he strikes out Trevor Story, splitter inside corner. We made some of our best pitches against their best hitter. And now 0-2 Justin Turner, he climbs the ladder, back to the dugout he goes. 2 down, how about Contreras? On the ground, sliding stop. Sano, strong arm across the diamond with time to spare. 3 down. He's been successful so far in the postseason. Andres Valdez is our 3rd pitcher out of the bullpen, and this one is crushed to left, but it is definitely playable and put away. They bring Kris Bryant off the bench, and Valdez shows off that big 12-6 curveball. Now, if you're wondering why Valdez came out there, it's because it was the bottom of the order. I thought it was a really good spot for him, especially knowing there'd be a game the next day. So on we go to the 9th. Raisel Iglesias in the game as Jason Hayward grounds out. Javi Baez chasing a slider, and quickly 2 down for the Cubs, in danger of dropping game 1. It's up to Kyle Schwarber, and Iglesias wins it for Minnesota with another strikeout, and game 1 goes to the Twins. Still undefeated here in the postseason, the Twins, behind an excellent pitching performance, get their win after we got our little bit of offense in the 7th inning. This is what you have to count on in game 1. You've got to win a low-scoring matchup in what's probably going to be a pitcher's duel. We see Mookie Betts, he's healthy, but still, we're not between series, therefore he's ineligible to return. Let's make our way to game 2 in that case. Dallas Keuchel takes the mound for Minnesota to face Nick Tropiano, as he is up for the Cubs in what has to feel like a must-win game, with games upcoming in Minneapolis. We start things out, 2 quick outs for Tropiano, but then some issues here against Goldschmidt. Full count, he walks him, he's followed up by Miguel Sano. Slider on the outside, that's called a strike. 1-2 count, trying to end the inning, but this one gets away from Contreras, not far, but Goldschmidt has enough speed to get to second safely, so now a base hit could score a run. Full count to Sano, and he left the pitch up. It is hammered out to center. Goodbye. Sano strikes again with the first run of game 1, and now the first 2 runs of game 2. A line drive homer is what we saw before. This one, signature power from Miguel Sano. Twins up early, and the Cubs feeling this pressure now, facing Dallas Keuchel. Could these right-handed power hitters start getting some success against Keuchel? Well, not here with Javi Baez. Then Almora with a base hit into left field. Cubs get their first hit at least. And now Kyle Schwarber. That's a bouncer, left side, out at second. Quick flip to first, they got him, and Schwarber continues to struggle at the plate. We'll go to the 2nd inning where Tropiano finds the outside corner facing Justin O'Connor. 1-2-3 inning that time for Tropiano. Bottom 2. Trevor Story at the plate, and this is a high, hard fly ball that Puig catches up to and makes a nice catch. If you didn't see it earlier, Wilson Contreras is the highest rated player here on the Cubs, and he comes through with a base hit. And he's followed up by Kris Bryant, who hits one high and hard to left, and that's also caught. Bryant did not start game 1. He is starting, of course, here in game 2. And then Eloy Jimenez. 2 down, runner on first, and he finds left field grass. There's a base hit. 2 aboard for the Cubs. And Marwin Gonzalez, he's playing first base in this one. 2 aboard, 2 down, and now 2 strikes. 0-2, and backing Gonzalez off the plate. 1-2. That's a line drive over Goldschmidt. Base hit Chicago. They'll wave the runner. Puig strong throw. Not in time. And Contreras scores. The Cubs finally have a run here in the World Series. Can that hit from Gonzalez jumpstart this team? Well, Tropiano's up next. 2 more aboard. Cubs wishing they had the DH right now. And Tropiano strikes out swinging. Both teams get on the board early in Game 2. Let's go to the 4th. Sano is up. I expected they'd be pitching around him. 3-2. Ooh, got away with 1 up, but Sano swings and misses. Big strikeout. Here's Michael Conforto. He liked the first pitch. High and hard to center, but a routine fly. Twins still just 1 hit through 4, but still have the lead as we go bottom 4. Wilson Contreras. Base hit center field. He got the rally going last inning. Here is Kris Bryant. 2-1. It's ripped past the umpire. That foul makes it 2-2. And that ball is driven to left center. Kris Bryant puts the Cubs in front. Capitalizing off the Dallas Keuchel mistake, it was left over the plate. And Bryant connects the biggest swing of the Cubs World Series. It's a must-win game for Chicago, and they came out playing like it in this one. We'll go top 5. Gordon homered in Game 1, and he bounces this one towards Javier Baez, who retires him quickly. 2 down, Justin O'Connor, fastball at the knees. Really good job here by Tropiano with his control, and he keeps this one down. O'Connor chases, and we're still not doing much after that Miguel Sano homer in the first. Again, still 1 hit while the Cubs have 7. Keuchel out there facing Kyle Schwarber, and Schwarber going after the first pitch, fouls it off. 0-1, he's way ahead of the changeup, and the 0-2. Strike 3, outside corner. The struggles continue. And for Dallas Keuchel, that is it for his day. Like Maxwell Fowler, he goes 5 innings. Keuchel already allowed 7 hits, and he was set to lead off the 6th. I'm not going to take these outs for granted. I wanted Breivik Valera to lead off, being a good contact, speedy player. And this one almost hit him. It's now a 3-ball count. Payoff pitch. Line drive the other way. Valera comes through. I knew it was a little risky taking Keuchel out of the game. He had enough energy, but I felt like we had to get the offense going somehow, and that nearly became a double play. 1 down. Yasiel Puig. It's a fly ball hit to center, maybe a bit late on it, and it's a lazy fly. 2 down after that single. That brings up Goldschmidt. There's a solid swing connecting deep left field over the head of Kyle Schwarber. Valera to third, he's waved around. Relay throw, not in time. Valera all the way around from first, and the strategy in the 6th pays off. We're now tied at 3, and here's Miguel Sano. It's a bouncer right through the middle and rolling slowly to Almora. Goldschmidt waved around. The Twins take the lead in the 6th inning. A big capitalization on the move to bring in Valera, and that is it for Nick Tropiano. It's a bullpen game now, and the Twins don't want to be done in this inning as Michael Conforto draws the walk. We have 2 aboard. Here's Jorge Polanco. First pitch, fly ball to center. Almora back, and Wrigley will contain this one. The Cubs get out of the 6th, but again they trail, having to get a run against this Twins bullpen, and out comes Jake Reed. Just his 3rd appearance of the postseason, he's pitched only 5 outs, and this on his 2nd pitch of the night falls in right field, base hit Chicago. Story is aboard. Here's Contreras. It's a slow roller. Nice throw by Gordon. And to first, Contreras beats it out. he does have pretty good speed. And that'll be a fielder's choice then as Kris Bryant comes to the plate. Cubs fans hoping he has an encore performance ready. And we did not want to go after him very aggressively. Reed pitching around Bryant, battling back from 3-0, and the count now full. Bryant on the ground, it's hit sharply. To second and to first. Twins get the 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. Bottom 7, now Aaron Loup, 4th appearance of the postseason. We bring out the lefty, 0-2, and Jimenez has another hit. This one getting down the line as we play the carom perfectly. It's just a base hit. Now it's Marwin Gonzalez. And he will find his way into right field. Back-to-back hits for Chicago. Getting on base was not a problem for them in this game. And now the sacrifice is in play. But the first attempt misses strike 1. They'll go at it again, and this one goes foul. So now 2 strike counts. Pulled it back just in time, slider off the plate. Showing again, and bunting foul. The Cubs settle for a strikeout there. That was the pitcher's spot, and they did not bring a player off the bench to attempt to bunt. So I had to hurry up and get Tyler Duffy warmed up in this inning because I wanted him to face the top of their order. And his curveball misses against Baez. Now he's climbing the ladder, 3-1. You do not want to walk Baez here. And Baez hits it on the ground. Diving stop. Out at second. They get 2. Twins in the 7th. Thanks to a great defensive play from Sano. How would he not be our MVP here through the first 2 games? Top of the 8th inning. 1-run game. And a fly ball from Byron Buxton. It's going back. And the catch is made on the warning track. That's usually what he does to other hitters. And now Yasiel Puig. And he turns on one, connecting with a deep fly. It's out of here. Solo home run and a little more comfort for the Twins in Game 2. It's his first of the World Series. Tyler Duffy back out there for the bottom of the 8th inning. And here's another base hit for Chicago. They got a lot of hits. And they weren't getting him with like 2 outs. They were making sure they had runners on base. They had good opportunities. So we call on Tony Watson now. And Schwarber's trying to go long. This is going to make its way to Puig out and right. Watson got his out. And I felt like we could keep him out there because Story doesn't have like aggressive splits one way or another. I know he does in Coors Field though. 1-2. Story, line drive right at Gordon. 2 down. Wilson Contreras hits for contact better off of lefties, but for significantly less power. And being a 2-run game with a runner aboard, I wanted as little power advantage as possible. And Contreras on the ground softly. Charged by Sano, 3 down. The Cubs have to get it done in the 9th inning. The Twins now going to the top, trying to hope for a little more insurance. 2-run game, and Polanco, yes, it hits down. Base hit. 1 down for Minnesota, 1 on. Here's O'Connor, and he'll also go the other way. It falls in right. 2 aboard for Minnesota. The pitcher's spot is up, so we go to our bench for our DH, Ty Gonzalez. Hitting .360 in the postseason. This one's way inside. Wouldn't mind a walk here. 2-0. Going after one now, trying to get aggressive. Now it's 2-1. Oh my, we have liftoff! Ty Gonzalez, 3-run homer! That was a perfect swing. Gonzalez squares up, and that is going to lift the Twins 8-3. That was a power swing. It's all I was thinking at that moment. It was just too perfect. 8-3 Minnesota, and now a pitch left up. Buxton connects, way out to left, goodbye! 9-3 Twins. A 6-run lead for Minnesota, and we do go bottom 9, giving this inning to Andres Valdez. Trying to end game 2, Justin Turner. Oh, a base hit with a runner at third. There's a hit for the Cubs, 9-4. Javier Baez. Curveball misses. Gotta try to use that pitch as much as possible, but Baez isn't offering. Payoff. He'll chase the fastball, and Valdez ends game 2. How about that, everybody? We go on the road, win the first 2, and send the series to Minnesota. We still have not lost a postseason game this year, and now this World Series is off to an even better start than last year's, where we split the first 2 in LA. The series ultimately went 6. And now the Cubs have a lot to do to see the series even make it that far against us. Unbelievable. I did not expect us to be this dominant, but we're just making everything happen at the right time. And I think I had some good decisions in this game for how I handled the roster. I was worried I'd mess things up because I'm just not used to having to manage the pitcher spot all the time. And then I had to make all these different bullpen adjustments, but I just played the stats and I trusted certain players to get big outs, and they came through. So we're up 2-0. We'll have the next 2 games next episode, and we'll see if that's all the Twins need. But we'll see when the series turns to Minnesota what the next chapter will be. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time today. It was a really fun episode, and the next episode will be coming your way a lot quicker than the gap between the last 2. So thank you all again. Looking forward to your feedback below. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.